It was Cucumber the 1st. Summer was over. I had just finished a long day and I was Bushel. Now I'm the kind of guy who works hard for his celery, and I don't mind telling you that I was feeling a bit wilted, but I didn't care at all because otherwise things were fine. I try never to disparagus, and I don't sweat the truffles. I'm outstanding in my field, and I know that something good will turn up eventually. A bunch of things were growing great, and soon I'd be top banana. At least that's my peeling. But that's enough corn. Lend me your ears and let us continue. After dressing, I stalked over to the grain station and got there just in line to catch the 9/11 as it plowed towards the core of Appleton, a lentil more than a melon and a half east of Cloveland. Life in the Slaw Lane. They say plants can feel no pain. Life in the Slaw Lane. I've got news for you. They're just as frail as you. Do. Well, no one got off at Zucchini, so we continued on our route to Bega. Passing my usual stop, I got off Mikado. I hailed a passing yellow cabbage and told the driver to cart me off to Rockland. I was going to meet my brother across from the eggplant, where he had a job at the saffron station, pumping gas. Well, as soon as I saw his face, I knew he was in a yam. He told me his wife had been raising cane. Her name was Peaches, a soiled but radishing beauty with huge gourds. Though my brother had always been a chestnut, we were grateful that she picked him. He was a skinny little string bean who unfortunately suffered from cerebral parsley. It was in our roots. Though he was used to having a tough row to hoe, it irrigated me to see artichoke. And it bothered my brother to watch his marriage go to seed. Oh, life in the Slaw Lane. They say plants can feel no pain. Life in the Slaw Lane. I've got news for you. They're just as frail as you. Do. Well, like most maple couples, they had a lot of growing to do. Sure, they had sown their wild oats, but just barley. A few peas. Finally, Peaches had given him an ultimatum. She said, I'm hip to your chive, and if you don't stop smoking that herb, I'm going to leaf you for basil, you fruit. He said he didn't realize it had come quite so far. But on the other hand, even though Peaches could be the pits, I knew she'd never call a fuzz. Life in the Slaw Lane. They say plants can feel no pain. Life in the Slaw Lane. I've got news for you. They're just as frail as you. Do. So I said, hey, we're not far from the mushroom. Let's walk over. He said, that's a very nice place. That's the same old barn where I fell for my wife. Well, we got there and I pulled up a cherry and tried to produce small talk. I told him I hadn't seen Olive, not since I shelled off for a trip to macadamia. When I told her we can't elope, the time just wasn't right. She knew what I meant. Well, we left the mushroom, and I was pretty well juiced, so I told Artie to say hello to the boys, and Barry, and that I'd orange to see him another time. Well, it all came out in the morning papers. Artie caught Peaches that night with Basil, and Artie beat Basil bad, leaving him with 2 beautiful acres. Now Peaches, she was found in the garden. She'd been pruned. Life in the Slaw Lane. They say plants can feel no pain. Life in the Slaw Lane. I've got news for you, they're just as frail as you. Do. Well, my little story is okra now. Maybe it's small potatoes. Me, Idaho. My name is Wheat. My friends call me Colonel. And that's life in the Slaw Lane. Thank you so much. Life in the Slaw Lane. They say plants can feel no pain. Life in the Slaw Lane. Now I've got news for you, they're just as frail as me and you.